Hello guys, here is my second video, and thanks very much to everyone that has subscribed to me. I've managed to make it to 100 subscribers. This is the second video, an interview with Bruce. Bruce is a friend of my landlord and friend, and Bruce has been staying with us for the past 3 weeks. How have you found it staying with us, Bruce?
Well, I've found it actually quite revealing. You know, I love my big flat 2 hours south of Shanghai in China. I teach English and sometimes French. We're in a kind of like a little fishbowl there. It's like a Truman Show.
Right.
But so I'm feeling here much less in a Truman Show. Because, I mean, it's a question of fitting in, living with other people for a while, and it's all to the good, because it's got me out of my little world. In this little world you get into and you live alone. I love living alone. I mean, it's great. It's great I can just kind of let my hair down, basically. But here, it's kind of like I have to flow with other people's energies.
Yeah.
I never want to be a burden, ever.
No.
And
Well,
I
you're
just
not.
want to be a life enhancer, if I can enhance somebody's life.
Who is Bruce?
Bruce is a committee, actually. My mind is a little bit like a committee. I think Bruce is very mercurial, very like a chameleon. Underneath all these things, I think that there is a sort of a fairly stable center.
What is your earliest memory?
Oh my God, I wasn't expecting that one. When I was born in Boston many moons ago, my British or Scottish mother she was very happy to have me and she loved me. But she, I don't like the expression farmed me out, but she gave me over to 2 sets of foster parents, about 6 months each, for the first year of my life. So maybe I have a memory, and it has to do with ribbon candy that I was being fed at the time. I don't know if I should have been. But somehow it felt different than my own mother. There's a great book called Magical Child about how if children don't completely bond with their biological mother, then it may cause problems later in life.
Right.
And I don't want to go around like, you know, being so, you know, down and, I never quite bonded with my own mother. I think I did, but I think I have memories of this other mother.
As you've mentioned, you live and work in China at the moment.
I do.
What's that like?
Oh, that's like a complete other world. Alex, is kind of like I'm on Mars. I have some wonderful friends I teach with there, but I think it's a language barrier. The expression is tibudong. Tibudong meaning I don't know. And a sea of Chinese faces on buses and on trains. I'm often the only Westerner. And often I'll ask them a question in my halting Chinese, and they'll look at me, tibudong, tibudong. But then it makes me so appreciative of coming back to an English-speaking country. You go in Boots Chemist, and my God, everything's in English. It's just such a trip. A lot of books are banned where I live. And I've been sworn not to talk about Tiananmen Square or the Tibetan Buddhist problems in the west of China. This is all under silence. I can't talk about that.
Right.
And even though I was accused of actually saying something against China, which is completely untrue by one of my students. I have to be very careful. Even this interview, I've got to watch it.
Now, Bruce is a gay man. Are you not, Bruce?
I am. Yes, I am. I've had a side with women. I have had some experiences with women, but I would say I'm basically much more gay than straight. But that's another thing. I'm the only openly identified gay person where I live in China with this little community of 80 plus foreign teachers, and none of the other people have come out. Maybe they're too frightened. But it's difficult in China where being gay is still seen as, it's not quite right. I mean, it's almost like an illness still. And the gay people often have to marry anyway and lead their life quite furtively. So it's been an amazing experience, but it makes me so appreciative of what we have in the West, Alex.
Yeah,
It really does.
I can imagine. And I mean, that's really what I was going to ask you about, what it's like to be openly gay in China, you know, whether there, I mean, is it illegal? Are there sort of punishments or, you know, medication or?
Yes, that's a that's a really intelligent question. Basically, just to say for the record, you know, I don't ever do anything that I shouldn't do in China. I've been very, very careful. That student, by the way, who accused me of saying something against China, it was completely wrong. I mean, it must have been a communication breakdown.
Yeah,
you know, so for the record, I would never. But there's no law, I think, against being gay, but I would never be out openly with my students. So it's a constant issue.
Could you make up a song on the spot about your visit here?
Oh my God.
I'm so cruel.
Oh, you are. No, you're interesting. I thought English people were quite inscrutable. I thought they were pretty stoic, but now I believe that English people wear their sensitivity on their sleeve. In comparison, it's all relative. But back in China, it's just so different. I can't necessarily fly like this. I will try to accept what comes, be it good or bad. I'll develop and flourish in my own way, with a little help from my friends maybe, and a little help and these probing questions that make me look at my life so differently. Thank you, Alex. You're becoming a friend.
What is the craziest thing you've ever done?
Okay, I was up in Scotland doing a summer job as a painter. So there were these Scottish workers I was working with, and they wanted to play a joke on me. They proceeded to come and take my clothes off.
What?
Yeah, they did, and they started painting the genitals. It was
What?
terrible. I'm sorry. Can we say this on this program? I'm sorry, but I just had to tell openly what it was. I mean, it took ages getting the paint off. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to go into any long, little nitty-gritty detail about this. I think I'll leave it to your fertile imagination.
If a tiger tried to attack you, how would you defend yourself?
I just punch him in the nose. That sometimes can disable them, whatever. Just punch him in the nose.
Sometimes, yeah.
But I don't know.
I would pull their whiskers out.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, because they can't, a domestic cat can't get through a doorway without its whiskers.
Oh.
Have you fallen out of touch with anyone that you would love to find again? And if you have, do you want to use this as an opportunity to say, here I am?
Oh, yes.
Just in case.
What a very nice little spin-off. There's one a British guy living in New York. He's a childhood friend from Streatham, Nick Thompson, with a P. Nick Thompson, if you're out there, I just want you to know that, hey Nick, I will be back in Britain very soon, and I miss you. And I want you to see you were one of my real close British friends when I was adapting to Britain at the age of 15. I just hope everything's going well with you. I really do. And I hope that if you ever want, to be in touch with me, you can always get me on Facebook. I suppose anyone listening to this will be able to get in touch with you, and then you could even help them.
Absolutely. Based on your life experience thus far,
Right.
do you have a message for the human race?
Embrace your crazy side and cut through the prison of the self. Have the courage to be who you are, whatever that is. Because at the end of the day, you'll know you'll never have any regrets. It's like, the one who doesn't want to be taken, the one who is too frightened to give. Overcome those fears and give, and be loved and love. And then you will have lived your life, and you will have known that it's worth living. If you really let yourself be who you are, you'll have this wonderful feeling of, thank God I said that or did that.
There we go. Wise words from Bruce. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And thank you very much, Alex, for making this
Bruce.
Actually quite a bit less difficult than I thought it might.
Yeah, I thought I was making it difficult with lots of mean questions, but
That's all right.
Hopefully they weren't too mean. Thanks very much, guys. That's that. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you liked it, and spread it around if you want more people to meet the wonderful Bruce, because he's a lot of fun.
Thank you very much. So are you, Alex. I can
Okay.
see all sorts of things now that you are.
Bye bye.
Goodbye. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Bruce.